Welcome to the Rochester Community Sports Complex. There is National Premier Soccer League contest between the visiting ambassadors SC Ohio and your Flower City Union. Now, man, let's meet today's starting lineups. First, the visiting ambassadors FC Ohio. At forward, number 9, Amir Spratt. At forward, number 27, Matiki Wibaleka. At midfield, number 8, Matthew Slinini. At midfield, number 23, Nate Worthmuller. At midfield, number 83, Jax Pena. On defense, number 6, Omar Najjar. On defense, number 25, Asher Hart. On defense, number 28, Matt Aspinall. On defense, number 32, Davis Novak. On defense, number 88, Max Brown. And starting in goal for the ambassadors, number 1, Nick Bertolini. The head coach of the ambassadors is Ryan Dean. And now the starting lineup for your Flower City Union. And for number 10, Dylan Rice. And forward, number 28, Rodrigo Almeida. At the midfield, number 14, Jack Hodgson. At midfield, number 19, Gavin Rice. At midfield, number 20, Takumi Horan. At midfield, number 23, Adam Grover. At midfield, number 29, Archie Murphy. On defense, number 3, Ryan Fitzgerald. On defense, number 5, Luca Dodge. On defense, number 6, Matt Bamford. And starting in goal for your Flower City Union, number 13, Koki Naito. Head coach here at Flower City Union is Jordan Sullivan. The assistant coaches, Abe Kapitzik and Marcelo Morera. And all these other time, we ask you all to please rise. Kindly remove your hats and face the flag next to the school board as we honor America and our brave men and women serving the United States military both across the country and around the world, the playing of our national anthem.
It is a beautiful evening for the beautiful game. It's a beautiful night for opening night here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. NPSL action coming your way here. Great Lakes Conference champion, Flower City Union, defending champion. I'm getting ahead of myself. the 2025 defending champs, hosting Ambassadors FC Ohio in a rematch from the playoffs of last season. We'll get into all of that, but that's your matchup today, folks. I am Bill Smith here in the press box at the Community Sports Complex. Opening night, down on the field, talking to both coaching staffs, talking to some of the players. The nature of NPSL, and for those of you out there in the viewing world, thank you for coming aboard. Thanks for watching out there. The nature of NPSL, you've got a mixture of young and some experienced, and you've got a lot of players that come into their off-season from NCAA, college, NAIA, whatever, coming out of college soccer. So they're in kind of their off-season. This becomes sort of a pre-professional amateur league. You also have some experienced players kind of thrown in, graduates, players that are out of their college experience, still competing at a high level, playing in leagues such as this. But this college population that comes into this league makes these rosters, makes these teams, it's a very transient sort of thing. So year to year, your rosters have some turnover. But you're looking at two teams where that turnover this season is not as big an issue. Flower City Union features a roster up and down with returners from last year, even 2 years ago. So talking to Coach Jordan Sullivan, members of his staff, Coach Abe Kapidzik, both of them just chatting up the idea that, the familiarity, guys coming back from their college seasons or coming from college, if they're playing out of town or what have you, the familiarity that these guys all have. Talking to a couple of players, got a quote here, love this. There's natural, there's good flow because we know each other. And a couple of guys are like, yeah, we grew up playing together. So when you have these players in a region coming through the club scene here, you've got, Flash, you've got Lancers, Rochester soccer fans, and then the high school scene, you've got players from Greece Athena, Greece Olympia, you've got Spencerport, you've got a lot of different schools, but they've all grown playing against and with each other. On the other side, the Ambassadors team, talking with Director of Men's Football Operation, Bob Dean, head coach Ryan Dean's dad, nice fellas down there. I asked him kind of the same question, the Rochester turnover isn't there. Has that made this process easier? And they have this whole sort of built-in academy system that goes with Ambassadors. So a lot of these guys, 5 of them, 6 of them, are homegrown from the ground up, that younger academy system. But then they've also got these guys coming in from their college offseason, or these fellas with experience. They're maybe in college coaching careers at this point. But that roster turnover isn't as big a deal this year. So it's kind of eased the return of those college players. When they have their training sessions or practices where they're missing some of these guys, they know the system, they can come in and they can kind of interchange these parts. So tonight we've got two teams that in and amongst themselves have some chemistry, have some flow. We've also got teams, I mentioned it already, the semifinal from a year ago. Well, that's the semifinal for the Flower City team. The conference final 11 months ago from this field, Flower City takes down Ambassadors 3-0 to win the Great Lakes Conference Championship. And that is the most recent NPSL matchup for this Ambassadors team. So they're looking for a measure of events. Flower City looking to repeat. Bill Smith looking to call a fun one as we are underway. Early touch from Ryan Fitzgerald from Flower City. Flower City in white and lilac. I don't want anyone out there, I don't want to hear you calling that purple. Know where we are in the world here, folks. Luca Dodge, the Hilton product, is going to send this one off. Flower City early defensive touches, just trying to feel things out. Ryan Fitzgerald, Luca Dodge will be joined by captain and current possessor of the soccer ball, Matt Bamford. Dylan Rice, heart and soul, Flower City Union. Jack Hobson, Gavin Rice, Takumi Haran, Adam Grover, the franchise himself, Rodrigo Gomez, de Almeida, one of the forwards. Archie Murphy, newcomer to the team, talented kid. We're going to hear his name a lot as Jack Hobson gets a touch. Hobson will play it back. Steadily just moving up the field. We're about 25 yards up from where this all started. The Flower City backs. Rice is now going to get a touch. Pressure came from Matiki. That's a talented kid on his way to Lakeland Community College. Originally from Tanzania, part of this ambassador system for a number of years. Put a little pressure on there as, again, some back and forth pitch and catch here with the backs, and then a touch goes out of bounds. So a very slow sort of movement. Ambassadors holding, not letting anything crack. And now on that ball into touch, we're going to get our first switch of possession here early in this one, just 90 seconds or so in. And a conversation happening in front of me, strategery-wise. Far side of the field, Ambassadors will put in. So Ambassadors going right to left. They are in black trimmed with light blue and white. You're going to see Matiki try to get a touch in there. Amir Spratt. This is a returning dynamo of a player. Spratt's 10 goals led all of the Great Lakes Conference a year ago. He was 5th in the nation in all of NPSL. Conference MVP. Talented guy. So some of NPSL's best on this field today for both teams. Chase going in on the far end from where I sit. Adam Grover, newcomer to Flower City. St. John Fisher, midfielder. This is a sectional wrestling champ, so an athlete. Chases this one down. So first touch for Nick Bertolini, the Walsh University senior and today's Ambassadors keeper. He's going to back up and take a few strides and put some energy into this one. Little breeze out there. A gorgeous, gorgeous Western New York May day. Header lands just kind of off to the side. Luka Dodge will put in for Flower City. No, he will not. This must have been touched by a white and lilac-clad fella, so we're going to get a Nate Worthmuller throw in here as he leaves it and lets me just say more names. Davis Novak, the Tufts freshman, will get a chance here. Turning, Spratt's trying to get some space. Taken. Flower City's backs do their job. Luka Dodge will put this one in. Ambassadors starting 11. Nick Bertolini, Omar Najjar, Matthew Skladany, Amir Spratt, the aforementioned talented forward. Nate Worthmuller, Asher Hart, Matiki holding down that forward midfield position. Matthew Aspinall, Davis Novak, Jax Pena, Max Brown, and again, Nick Bertolini doing the keeping. I have missed the keeper on the other side. We've not heard him mentioned yet. Ball has not come his way, but newcomer to Flower City, MCC talent, Koki Naito, holding it down between the pipes over here for Flower City. So a whistle and a stop. We've got officials in red shirts pointing in different directions. That's not always a good sign, but we'll see how this shakes out. And Luka Dodge, standing right in front of his coach, Jordan Sullivan, will put this one in for Flower City. Early goings of this one, nothing really getting going just yet. Talked about the familiarity of these teams. Neither team really giving anything. And this ball into touch will give Ambassadors a throw in near midfield. Davis Novak will throw this one in. NPSL across the country in the early goings, just a few games. This is a vast series of regions and conferences in this level of soccer here in the United States. This is the opening contest of the Great Lakes Conference season in its entirety. One other Great Lakes game going on today, and there comes the flag. Calling for it down in this end was Luka Dodge. Ryan Fitzgerald got a touch, but attacker in a little tight, a little early. And here's Naito with his first touch of the game. So that other Great Lakes action going on today, other half of the Rochester tag team of teams in this conference, RNYFC, they will host Niagara 18-12. So 2 NPSL matchups here in the greater Rochester area. And hey, Flower City fans, if you leave here and want to catch some more action, you can head down to Henrietta and catch that one as well. And a touch back from Captain Omar Najjar to his keeper. This gets blasted to middle pitch. Amir Spratt may be feeling the effects of that one. Ball off wide. Left wing movement as Flower City will change fields. Once again, Luka Dodge. Dodge, right foot, up the wing. Turning, sending it ahead was Almeida. Almeida couldn't quite connect over there with Grover. Grover battling, trying to shove and find some position on Novak. Now turning and coming in was Gavin Rice. Rice trying to throw it to Almeida. Almeida worked off a defender. Now this is going to get all the way back to the Flower City backs, but pressure coming from Spratt. So Spratt and Matiki, you're going to see, those are the two forwards. Those are the two attackers, the offensive talents. You're going to see them near the ball at the Flower City end constantly. And here's a counterattack on a turnover, but quickly taken back by Flower City's defenders and sent away. Dodge once again up the right wing, looking for Almeida. This gets toward the edge of the box. It's in there. Najjar fighting with Almeida. Najjar's going to come away with it. Slides it to Novak, who's going to try to work up his left wing. Taps it on. This gets bumped over the top. Spratt looking for it, headed out of his direction. Spratt takes a shove from Dodge, gets it away. Almost dropped my first Hilton's, and it doesn't help that it was Luka Dodge, Hilton product. You have to forgive your Hilton announcer calling things for Flower City here, but we have our first corner of the matchup, this coming here in the 8th minute. Right foot from Naito's right. This is going to come. Here's a look at it. Spratt gets around Dodge. Right foot in the box, headed right back where it came from and beyond. Jax Pena had put the right foot into that. Here comes Nate Worthmuller throwing, lobbing one into the box. It's bouncing around. Left foot doesn't connect all the way through from Najjar. So many bodies in the way between pay dirt and where the shot came from. And with some authority, Nate Worthmuller sends that one back. Worthmuller spent some time at Malone University, will take his talents to Otterbein this coming season. And pressure coming. Pena sort of snuck in there. Calm and cool was Naito as he saw Worthmuller sort of charging in there as well. So the early Flower City feeling out period has been countered with a contained few minutes of pressure from Ambassadors. So look at that last exchange. Naito will put a right foot into one. Drives this over the middle of the pitch. Bouncing ball. Worthmuller once again is going to try to lob this one. There's a high fly ball. Dodge and Spratt once again in a battle. Spratt for Pena. Dodge is going to chip this one away. Flower City looking to counter. Rice is going to turn. This gets through. Almeida's down there. Almeida and Najjar, and the flag comes up. Almeida was maybe a step ahead. So here's another look at what you just saw, just a step. Ahead for Spratt. Here's Pena. Jax Pena, Walsh University sophomore. Jax Pena has some caps internationally with the Filipino national team. He's the captain of the U23 team. That's a talented kid. I mean, I'm gonna just say the words talented kid all over this pitch tonight, aren't I? Some pushing and shoving. Pena among the bodies over there. Flower City's Jack Hobson will come away with it possession-wise for Flower City. Free kick on the far side from where I sit. Up here in the press box this evening. Great vantage point up here. Nice little left-footed lob out of there. Max Brown. Cedarville University, previously of Cleveland State defender. He sends that one just kind of skittering away, and Flower City will get a chance to restart things. So Flower City coming in as the Great Lakes champs, the defending Great Lakes champs, went on to the regional where they were upended by Michigan in that sort of first regional round, but a great season for Flower City. A lot of success last season. Outscored opponents during the regular season by a wide margin, 31-8. Something that Coach Jordan Sullivan was talking about before the game. And he's not concerned with his team feeling this way, but he wants to make sure that a feeling of complacency does not settle in. This is a team that had a lot of success, and this is, again, a lot of returners. So everything will now, once again, need to be earned. And he knows he's got a group that is very capable of that, a group that works super hard. Speaking of hard work, and here's Rice trying to come through. Rice hits the deck. Play on, says the official. Far side from where I sit, Ambassadors trying to work up that right wing. Now coming back into the play, Gavin Rice. Rice and Spratt battling. Official whistle indicates, and the point indicates that this will be a Ambassadors ball. Official trying to get everybody separated. A friendly discussion, albeit instructional. Yeah, well, there we go. We'll go with that. With Gavin Rice on the far side. So a free kick here coming from right next to the midfield stripe. Lobbing ball is going to hit the edge of the box. Pressure may be coming, and then this is going to be a header that's going to go back past the end line and a second corner of the match. So Ambassadors' second corner will come once again off the right foot of Pena. Hands are up. Plant foot is down. Lobbing, curling ball toward Naito. This gets popped out of there. I don't know if Naito got a hand on it or if it got headed away. Nevertheless, far side. Ambassadors looking to sort of recollect things. Rice pressuring on the far side. Coming into the play there, Worthmuller once again. He will get another touch on a throw-in. Settles it back. Nice stop down there from Archie Murphy. Murphy then gets it ahead for Rice. Dylan Rice up to the wing for Murphy. Murphy, the youngster, lobs one toward the box and right into the hands of Bertolini. Sniffing around down there, the franchise's all-time leading scorer, Almeida. Bouncing ball quickly put right back into play as Skladany plays this back from the midfield to his defenders. And now through Bertolini, fields are switched. Now coming to the left side. Ambassadors looking to attack. Turning and looking to move here. Matiki ahead for Spratt. Spratt takes a shove but carries on. And now takes a shove and will get a free kick. Earn one anyway for his team. We've seen Spratt more than once kind of work with a defender, get some multiple touches, get some footwork going, some dribbling in some confined spaces and some physicality. Now a lobbing ball does get into Novak. Novak heel kick and puts this one off of Adam Grover. Nice little play that's going to result in the third corner of the match. Naito directing traffic from right in front of his goal as Pena will once again start this one. Pieces in place, hands are up, plant foot. Ball headed toward and up and over. Pay dirt. Pressure was there. That ball was delivered really well from Pena. Max Brown wasn't quite able to cash it. Naito gets it away. Now here's a left-footed ball. It's going to just miss. So Naito will get a chance here to settle it, get it into play. We are playing in the '18th minute. Just a few seconds short. I mean, I didn't want to waste everybody's time. Far side from where I sit. Pressure coming from Archie Murphy, Flower City's own. Roberts Wesleyan's own. Spratt on the far side. Spratt working against Matt Bamford. Bamford trying to stay with him one-on-one. And this is going to result in another corner kick. First one from Naito's left. And taking a leisurely, just not expending a whole lot of energy, just taking his time. Nate Worthmuller, he will put this one in. Worthmuller will put a left foot from that angle. A lot of moving parts next to and in front of and behind Naito. Lobbing ball caught out of the air by the Flower City keeper. Read well and received well. And Koki Naito, 800-plus minutes in 10 games. Only gave up 5 goals this past season. A really dynamite season for MCC. Tribunes had a real good season. Najjar will settle this back for his keeper, Nick Bertolini. Bertolini himself with a goals against under 2 in 18 games. So matchup of two very accomplished collegiate keepers. Now a ball into the box. Perhaps a chance for Flower City, and this just slides wide, and this is going to result in a corner. This got tipped and put out of play. So here's a look at this last attack. Into the box, pushing was Murphy, and then it just, I think Bertolini got a touch himself as he came off his line. But this results in Flower City's first corner. And Archie Murphy, proud Englishman, proud Roberts Wesleyan sophomore, proud member of Flower City Union, right foot, proudly sailing toward the goal. And this is going to bounce past the other side. I think this is going to be another corner for Flower City, and it will be. I'm not quite sure whose black shirt the head that hit it was with. I don't know, an ambassador hit it. It went out of bounds. So a touch came from Matiki. Now a second corner immediately for Flower City, lobbing toward the box. Header doesn't connect, sends it away. And Murphy's going to watch this one bounce as a foul will put possession to Ambassadors. A lot of physicality as that ball was delivered. So the corners count quickly 4-2 as Flower City gets one in consecutive minutes. And now Ambassadors will look to move this one here. We're playing in the 21st minute, no score. Both goalies have had a couple of touches, only a scoring chance or two per side as we've had a lot of feeling out through the midfield. Spratt trying to slide this one through. Now a touch out wide. Perhaps a little bit of room coming up the right side. Thrown into space for Almeida. Almeida's got to win a race here. Almeida into the box with a little bit of room, trying to clamber through. And a yellow card is going to be presented here. So Almeida and Max Brown dueling here. Brown throws a foot into Almeida's shin. Brown with the card. Brown lucky this wasn't a step farther upfield. So Brown gets a yellow card in the 22nd minute. And unofficially, we're going to call it 18.5 yards away, seeing where that line is. Free kick will come from Flower City. You've got some subterfuge here. Where will this ball be delivered from? You've got Hobson and Rice both standing there. Different angles perhaps. Rice slides through. Hobson will put a left foot. Slides toward the net. Right foot comes and lobs right over the top. Luka Dodge was sniffing around down there, as was Almeida. And Nick Bertolini will get a chance to once again start things up here. Again, conversations with both coaching staffs, some front office folks as well. Just the structure of these two rosters with as many returners as both teams have, it has lent itself to just a less frenetic, and that's me putting a term in there. That didn't come from these guys, but you kind of, a sense that I got. Less frenetic sort of preparation time. Leagues such as this, Bertolini lobs this one away. Again, that college player coming from his off season, kind of rejoining or starting to join these teams, that can lead to some stop and start sort of training time. Both teams with a lot of familiarity, whether it's just through the academy or just returners at this level for Ambassadors, and then obviously returners at this level for Flower City. Shoving and pushing and all the things physically will result in a quick now restart for Ambassadors. A little room in the middle of the field. Skladani's going to try to come away. He's still got it on his foot. Touches back for his midfield. Across for Novak. Novak, a Tufts University freshman, and I'm not sure if he has it yet, but he will have, if he doesn't already, a D3 championship ring. Tufts winning the title this past season. Congrats to that young man on a dynamite college campaign this year, and as he starts his NPSL campaign here in the Flower City. Rice, nice little move to get into some space, now moving to his left. Rice, cross field. Hobson, left foot, rockets this one. What a stop by Bertolini. That shot came from 25 plus off the foot of Jack Hobson. That left foot rocket that was just about 2 feet off the ground. Here's a look. Rice, Hobson, left foot, zing. And what a sprawling stop by Bertolini. Hobson, a pair of goals in last year's campaign for Flower City, was looking for the first goal of this season. Now almost ahead for Rice. Brown with a really nice play to disrupt there. Spratt midfield, slides under or falls over a slide tackle on a yellow card. Will be issued to Gavin Rice. Forgive me, Rice brothers. So that comes right at the beginning of the 26th minute, that yellow card. Hobson with a quick check on his opponent there.
Yellow card has been issued to Flower City unit number 19, Gavin Rice.
So Ambassadors will start. Here's a ball that's just sailing down towards Spratt, headed away by Fitzgerald. Now touched ahead, not quite sliding all the way through. Matiki will see this one kind of just shuffle its way across the line. Quick throw in here as Ambassadors looking to attack. Worthmuller gets it into the middle. Pena trying to work through some defense. Pena, nice footwork. Working into a shooting position, but too many white shirts in his way. All those white shirts near their goal, so a lot of black shirts here mid-pitch, collecting and settling for Ambassadors. Najjar. Play on, says the official. I don't think Worthmuller agrees. But Almeida and Spratt are going to battle at mid-pitch. Flower City with some possession. Rice touches. Now sent away. Quick counter perhaps. Ball over the top. Matiki and Dodge doing battle. Dodge takes the inside lane. And then this gets tapped away. And then this gets sputtered to the line there. Matiki with some great pressure. So a throw-in will come about 18-yard box high, if I may sort of crowbar a golf term into my soccer announcing. Big throw coming from Worthmuller. Bounces down. Spratt and Matiki giving chase. Matiki will put a left foot and drive this one toward the box, headed out of there. Fitzgerald got it away, and then this was sort of blasted out toward midfield. Almeida run around with Aspinall. Almeida looking to get some space. Almeida, corner of the box. Almeida, heel, touch. Into the box, and a header kind of goes the wrong way. There's an odd angle coming in. And an early, if you want to call it 29th minute substitution coming. Here's a look at that last exchange. Almeida, where that ball was, it just wasn't quite there. So Jacob Schecht will step in. This is a young, explosive kid. Colgate University, Nashville, spent some time in the MLS development system. He checks in here in the 29th minute. So Coach Ryan Dean going to his bench early. Again, I don't know if 29 minutes in, we're almost played a half hour. I don't know if that's really early, but nonetheless, Pena tries to just surprise Naito. Maybe that's the thought there, but this will result in a Naito goal kick, who quickly just shuffles this, and Union get it out of there. Lobbing ball. Hobson gets taken down before the ball arrives. So the official conversations, pointing. There's some more pointing. Check on Hobson, far side from where we are. We hope the young man is all right. The young Englishman seems to be good. Hobbs and Archie Murphy, both of Roberts Wesley and both English countrymen. And another free kick for Flower City. Hobson, heel touch. Rice drives this one into the box. Header from Almeida. This goes out of play. Everybody's pointing at different things. And I think this is going to be a goal kick for Bertolini. Sent to the right by Najjar. Now long over the top look coming for Spratt, but he's going to not get a chance there as Matt Badford, Flower City's captain, kind of shields that one as it goes into touch. Skladany now sees this one kind of push past him. Jacob Schacht early minutes in this one. Little shoving match as it gets crossed all the way to Dodge. Dodge turns around to get away from Matiki, who retreats to the middle of the pitch. Dodge a little bit of space, sends this one very wide for Murphy, who can't quite collect it. Back for Bertolini, who's going to give it to Brown. Brown, another reset. Didn't like things up the left wing. Team doesn't like things toward the middle of the pitch, so we're going to try the left wing anyway. Pressure coming from Adam Grover. Rice. Gavin Rice lobs this one toward the frame, and Bertolini's going to step out. Rice couldn't quite deliver that to his brother. whistle as Bertolini might be shaken up. There was some potential contact coming as Dylan Rice was flying in on that delivery from Gavin. And Bertolini comes out and is clenching his fist a little bit. So we hope the Ambassadors keeper kind of shakes whatever is dinged. We hope he shakes everything loose. So a season ago, this was the end of the road for Ambassadors in that Great Lakes Conference final. They had met earlier in the season, so Flower City 2-0 against Ambassadors in their first year in NPSL. Flower City wins 2-1 about a year ago, May the 24th of last season. And then that July 12th playoff game, the conference title game, Flower City comes away 3-0, so a 5-1 aggregate and a couple of wins for Flower City a year ago. But despite all my conversation, which has happened and will perhaps happen some more about similarities with rosters and coaches and just structures of everything, new season, new teams. Luka Dodge once again will get things moving here for Flower City off that right back position. Ball across midfield. Gavin Rice sliding ahead for Almeida. Just blasted over the Flower City bench by Omar Najjar. Najjar into a college coaching career. Coaches a couple of his teammates on this roster at Hiram College. Nice career at Mount Union prior to that. Lobbed across the box, headed away. Hobson with another left foot scorcher that goes up and over the net. So that left foot has been dangerous for Flower City today. Here's a look at that last one. Volleys this one, that header from the edge of the box. So Hobson possesses the best goal scoring chance for Flower City to this point. We've seen action near the goal boxes. We've seen both keepers make a singular quality stop each. That's not to take away from other touches. Bertolini with that sprawling stop on Hobson. That's the save of the game to this point. Now here's a ball into the box, trying to find some space, and Bertolini with another good stop. Rice touches this one down. That shot came from Grover. Grover once again. So Grover gets that scoring chance. Rice now for Rice. Crosses. Header coming from Almeida, not there. Good sustained attack from Flower City. Here's a look at the save. Grover, right foot, nice sprawling kick save. Kick, save, and a beaut. Got some hockey playoffs on my mind and seeing some similar legwork out there from the Ambassadors keeper. Bertolini drives into this one, and this one ends up hitting the upper deck. First time in the years I've been sitting in this position I've ever seen that. That ball was humming. Here's Dodge throwing this one up and over. Brown battling with Almeida. This gets sent away. Dodge with a header. Some volley ball action going on down there. Takumi Haran touches this one to kind of settle it to the left wing. Murphy kind of stuttered through there as Rice now with another touch. Rice collects. Rice drops it back. Flower City once again work through their backs here as Bamford for Fitzgerald. Once again out to the right for Dodge. This has been where Flower City's wanted to begin the attack, from Luka Dodge on the right back. Not the first time he will collect things and move things across the pitch. Captain Bamford sends it ahead. Hobson, left foot. We've heard this a couple times. Corner kick coming for Flower City. Jacob Schacht was there to stop that one, but Flower City's third corner. First two were in quick succession, so it's been a little while. Archie Murphy, second in all of, there we go, Division II and NCAA last season, 14 goals in the fall. He's going to put a right foot into this corner. Low line toward the side of the net and off the side of the net. Bertolini kind of watches that hit the wall of his cage there. We're playing on in the 39th minute of a scoreless draw to this point. So I'd say the last 11 or 12 minutes or so, bulk of the action has been played to my right. Flower City, a lot of possession, couple of really dangerous chances, and then just some building and some structure, trying to get things moving. Rice, once again, played ahead. Murphy now looking. Glances to his right. Danson throws it to the net. Nice save by Bertolini, and a header goes off the crossbar. Ball is still down there. What an exchange. And now a quick counter on the other side for Spratt. Spratt working one-on-one with Fitzgerald. Spratt works into a one-on-two as Bamford joins the play. Murphy all the way back. Flower City with another just wonderful chance. And a nice stop by Bertolini. And a bounce that doesn't go Flower City's way. Doesn't put this one home, and we remain scoreless. Out wide for Matiki. Matiki working against Dodge. Matiki back to his middies. Left foot ball is going to just sail right up, way over Naito's head. So here's what happened a couple of minutes ago. This ball delivered. There's that left foot from Hobson. And then this header goes off the crossbar. Wow. And we play on, 41st minute of a scoreless game. So 3 of the 5 most dangerous chances from Flower City, certainly the 2 most, coming off of Jack Hobson's left foot. He's right near the ball right here. He puts that left foot in, lobs one across, and this is just going to sail up and over the net. So Nick Bertolini earning his stripes tonight. And a Flower City interception, Rice to Rice. Shout out to their cousin, Hilton's own Coach Rice. Speaking of Hilton's own, Dodge sends this one up the wing. Dodge crosses, finds his captain. Bamford puts it along the left wing. Toward the box. Coming out, Bertolini contact. Sailing in there was Rice, and they're going to check on the Ambassador's keeper. Not the first time that Bertolini has been staggered. So Almeida has a conversation with the officials on the heels of that one. Maybe just getting clarification one way or the other on what's happening here, but a goal kick results in an Ambassadors possession as we are in the latter minutes of this first half. Fun action here in a scoreless draw to this point. Almeida and Rice forcing the issue. Bertolini will pop this one out of there. Grover slides this one to the wing into space. Nobody there. Throw will come from Davis Novak. Fitzgerald will collect this one in front of Naito. Bamford once again will get it to the side to Murphy. So we've seen Flower City do this a couple different times. Just some simple game of catch between the backs as they slide with everyone upfield. Now Rice, edge of the box, right near the corner. Collapsing on him, contact in the box. Referee says play on. And now Pena. Pena running through the middle of the pitch. Pena puts the brakes on, gets it away for Spratt. Spratt enters the box. Spratt working against Dodge. Spratt takes a shove. Spratt down. Ball loose. No whistle, no nothing. Ball sent out of there. Tone being set by the official. Slight contact in the box is not going to put a player on the penalty spot. So had a look at that exchange with Spratt. Here's a throw in, long one, sailing into the box and headed out of there. Getting it away was Dodge. Now a left foot comes and a whistle. Dylan Rice shaken up a little bit. He will continue on. Dylan Rice, a little love shown from Jax Pena. So Naito will put this one in. Eyes on the sideline official as we are just a few ticks from 45 minutes being completed. 1 minute of stoppage time. Spratt working against Fitzgerald. Spratt in the 46th minute. This is going to bounce over and in for a goal. Ambassadors on the board. Sort of a... I'm trying to find a word that isn't awkward, but we're going to just go with awkward. Exchange on that attack. So Spratt punches that one in. So Spratt scores in the 46th minute. We were just a few seconds past hearing 1 minute of stoppage time. Another look here. So Spratt working against Fitzgerald. There's some bumping. There's Fitzgerald trying to let the ball settle into his keeper, and Naito comes out there and then just sees it sort of lobbed past. So Spratt gets the better of that one, and Spratt puts his team ahead 1-0 late in this first half. We are playing in the dying seconds. 1 minute was on the notice for stoppage time. Murphy to the end line, and this is going to be a corner, so I am going to assume, although you know what happens with that, this corner will probably be the end of this half, or at least lead to the end of this half. Flower City will get their chance. So Flower City corner here coming from Murphy. His hand is up. Feet are moving. Ball is heading, arcing toward the net. It's taken out of the air by Bertolini. And I assumed correctly, you don't need to finish that with a curse word. Referee sends us to the half, and a late, I'll say stunner. That might be a little melodramatic, but a stunner of a goal there in that exchange with Amir Spratt. Amir Spratt, the conference leader in goals a season ago, 5th in all of NPSL, and now currently the NPSL Great Lakes Conference goal scorer, as he's the only one with one. He gets this one right here. Here's a look at it. Just tapped through Naito and Fitzgerald. And he puts Ambassadors FC out of Ohio ahead 1-0 here in the opener of NPSL's Great Lakes Conference. Flower City Union hosting Ambassadors FC. And we are at the half. It is 1-0. And folks, hope you've enjoyed this first half. We have another half of action. That's what you get when you watch soccer. You are entitled to 2 halves, and we're going to bring you that second half in just a bit. Stay with us. This is the NPSL. Second half about to come your way here from the Rochester Community Sports Complex. There it is, opening day for me too, everybody. Flower City Union hosting Ambassadors FC out of Ohio. I am Bill Smith. Down on the field, I'm seeing Flower City's Nick Rippey about to take the pitch. So the story of that first half, or maybe it's the latter stages of that first half. Let's call it the second quarter. You don't do that in soccer, but I'm gonna go with it here. A lot of possession from Flower City, a lot of pressure, some scoring chances. But then this happened. 46th minute, we're in stoppage time, and Amir Spratt with a one-on-one battle here. And just a little either miscommunication or tough on that exchange, and Spratt pops that one over Koki Naito, and there's the difference in this one. So super late. If you're Flower City, I'm sure super frustrating. But if you're Flower City, you also had the bulk of the scoring chances in the half. A couple of just rockets from Jack Hobson, a header attempt that doesn't go from Adam Grover. Couple chances in there. Almeida sniffing around the goal as he always does. So the opportunities were there. So if you're Flower City, you like what you built. You don't like that you didn't cash in, but you like those chances. Now, on the other side, if you're Ambassadors, the dam didn't break. You held, and you get that goal at the end of that first half and take halftime here and coming out of this halftime into the second with that one-goal lead. So a lot of things to be written here. Only half the book is in the library or is in the database where you're writing about. I need a better metaphor with this book thing. I'll come back to it. My mother is a librarian, so she's probably just really mad at me for even addressing this. Anyway, let's play soccer. Second half underway. You got Archie Murphy sending this one across to Luka Dodge. So mentioned a couple different times, Luka Dodge has been sort of the quarterback from that back line. The Flower City backs, Dodge has had more sort of possession time, sort of touches, getting things started from back there. We'll see if that continues in this second half as he will now retreat back and just tap this one away as an attacking Matiki. Saw him with his nose near the goal a couple different times. That is a dynamic athlete, soon to be college player at Lakeland Community over in Ohio. Been a part of this AFC program. Mentioned it earlier with Director of Men's Football Ops, Bob Dean. They got a few homegrown players through their sort of youth system and kind of up through the academy. And one of those players, a couple of years, 3 years, 4 years at this point here, is Matiki. Lobbing ball taken out of the air by Naito. And so that is one of the talented forwards that are going to look to add to this lead. On the other side, I've mentioned the names. You've heard them. If you were a Flower City Union fan, you know the name Rodrigo Almeida, the franchise. He's got the all-time goal-scoring record. Murphy here, new addition this year. Talented offensive player, and Hobson has been around as well, so a lot of weapons for Flower City. We'll see how they move them into place as this second half gets in, just a couple of minutes in. Here's Almeida looking to turn. Almeida trying to get an edge. Almeida has some space. Murphy is over here, sprawled out in touch, holding on to his face, and a yellow card was issued after that exchange. I'm not quite sure who it went to. We'll try to get confirmation on that. Here's a look at what happened. Murphy comes into screen. There's Almeida, and just slung down by Nate Worthmuller. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Kyle. So Worthmuller gets that yellow in the 47th minute. Rice and Hobson standing over the ball as they will get this one started. Pieces moving here. You see Nick Rippey on. He's just walking out of your shot as we will start things here. Gray skies settling into Rochester. I think we've got some evening rain coming. Hobson with a touch. Rice, right foot, edge of the box, headed toward the side. Left foot shot doesn't get all the way through. Then it doesn't go sideways. Wasn't quite there. Here's a look. Rice's ball delivered, the header settled, not quite, and then not getting all of it, and it goes wide. So Ambassadors will regroup. Worthmuller, he with a newly minted yellow card with a touch there. Pressure from Rippey and Rice. Almeida in the box. Flower City, full court press here. On the basketball metaphor, now in addition to the football metaphor, we're going to just throw everything around. Throw in from Ambassadors. Going to get it all the way down middle of the field. Now into some space. Matiki trying to run into it. He sees it go past as Amir Spratt runs through. So Spratt will settle into the edge of the box as throw-in will come from Worthmuller. Second half, just a few minutes in a 1-0 game. Once again, thank everyone for joining us here for the first Great Lakes Conference NPSL matchup of the season, and a underdone sort of ball right there. Flower City throw in from Murphy turns into a give it to Bamford. Almeida settles this one for Hobson. Hobson tries to lob this one over. Rice is there, but this is going to get retreated back by Najjar. The Ambassadors captain gets it back to his keeper. No. Nick Bertolini is a huge reason why this game remains 1-0. He's had a couple of just enormous stops. Pena, far side of the pitch from where I sit. Pena turning. Couple strides from the box. Now a left foot doesn't get through. Turning Spratt. Spratt with a little bit of room. Not a guy you want to give room to. Sprawling saved by Naito, and a finish. They score! So Spratt's first attempt, Naito was able to put it down. Spratt's second attempt finds the back of the net, and it's 2-0 Ambassadors.
Ambassadors goal is second of the game, number 9, Amir Spratt.
So Spratt here.
Unassisted in the 51st minute.
So here's the left foot. There's the stop, and then the second chance from the right foot. Spratt. Offensive dynamo for this Ambassadors team. Just north of the 6:10 mark here in the second half. That's a good time for Flower City to get moving here. 6:10's a good time for everything. Takumi Haran will send this one wide. Dodge will try to get things started here for Flower City. Ambassadors now settling in with a 2-0 lead. So much time left in this one. Lobbing ball, Almeida doesn't quite find it. Here's Murphy. Murphy looking to turn. Gets it out to Rippey. Rippey loses his footing. Inopportune timing for that. And he tries to send it back, but this goes off of Matiki and then off of Rippey. And Ambassadors will get a chance to slow this and get defensive pieces in place as they reset with Aspinall. Spratt and his pair of goals shoving off of a couple different guys, among them Murphy, Haran the other. Murphy's header settles and then bounces away. Almeida couldn't quite control that as Pena's going to come away. Pena with some speed. He's got Matiki to his right. Finds the ball to him. Matiki trying to touch it back for Pena. A little too much spin on that one. It's going to go into touch. Bamford quickly trying to start for Flower City. Didn't like what he saw, and he's going to retreat it back with a throw in to Dodge. Dodge a few strides in front of his keeper, Naito. Dodge's pass upfield gets intercepted. Aspinall to the wing. Doesn't get it through to Matiki. Bamford ahead. Dodge shoved down, but this will be a Flower City, sorry, a Ambassador's possession. Dodge moving to the right, looking to create, looking to find the seam here for Flower City. He pushes ahead, and then we'll get another chance. Rice moving ahead. Grover back for Dodge once again. Dodge not liking the looks of things up the right side. Bamford will look to attack up the left. Here's Murphy. Murphy, right foot, doesn't get all the way over. Aspinall was in there, kind of disrupted. Now sent away from Almeida. And Rice is going to kind of slide, find this one to Grover. Grover collecting near the edge. Grover back for Rice. Rice into the box all the way through. This gets knocked away and then just deposited up over the top of everybody. Bamford works against Matiki. Murphy comes out of there with the ball, and once again a reset through the Flower City backs. Dodge, Haran, Bamford. Right now, your right to left backs for Flower City. And there is a foul there. Kind of expected that whistle as Almeida got in pretty tight with the attacking Ambassadors player. And current leaders on the board, Ambassadors FC will get a restart here, 2-0. We're playing in the 56th minute at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. Flower City's home opener, Flower City's season opener. Ambassadors in no hurry to create danger for themselves. Some catch here, some settling of things, and Najjar then does throw it over the top, trying to put it on the foot of Spratt, the goal scorer, and he does. Spratt trying to push through. He gets taken down, and a whistle will give it to Flower City. It's Luka Dodge. Seems to be shaken up on the far side from where I sit. Mentioned his Hilton, New York connections. That's a experienced and talented MCC Tribune. Takumi Haran. Takumi Haran, first team all ECC. Native of Toronto, playing at Roberts Wesleyan. Those Red Hawk connections up and down this Flower City roster. Good D2 program just to the west of where I sit. Skladany to the edge, turning. A little bit of space created there by Aspinall, but now taken back by Flower City. Here's Rippey working against Matiki. Rippey with a little bit of shove. Dodge, he of the moment a couple of minutes ago where he looked shaken up there, moving strong. We like to see that. Here's Murphy on the edge. Murphy ahead, trying to connect with Rice. Rice taps this one up. Jacob Schacht will just kind of guide his keeper to it. Bertolini in the box. Rice pressuring. Bertolini will just go ahead and pick it up. Hearing some younger voices of the crowd trying to get some energy moving in here. Nice opening day crowd here at the RCSC, if you will. Some energy taken out of it with the 2-0 score, but just waiting for a chance to come alive. Schacht here from the right back position. Thrown ahead, looking for Spratt. Haran will move it off for Dodge once again. Dodge. Matt Bamford, he's got Murphy on the right wing as he has. Murphy working into the center of the pitch. Murphy through the middle to Almeida. Almeida turning, trying to connect with Rippey through the middle of the pitch there, and Brown sent it away. Now Aspinall comes into a loose ball, but a foul. Almeida on the deck. Aspinall will leave it there, and Flower City will get a free kick. There's a look at what we just experienced here. Almeida just takes a little bit of a shove right there and a little bit of a kick, and then this will result in the Flower City free kick. About 40 yards from pay dirt. Lobbing ball into the box, and a header from Almeida is going to just fly up and go out of play. Seen that look a couple different times. Substitutions coming your way here in the 60th minute. So Matiki off. Diego Pinto checks in. Diego Pinto had goal against Flower City last season in the game on May the 24th. Flower City won that one 2-1 and then takes that playoff matchup 3-0. So there is one player in the history of Ambassadors FC with a goal against Flower City, and he just checked in. Take that fact for what it's worth. And here he is chasing down the ball against Bamford. Bamford back to his keeper, Naito. Naito then back for Bamford. Bouncing ball all the way back to Najjar. He will get it back to Bertolini. Pace has definitely staggered a little bit here in this one. Flower City not quite as much offensive zone time. Offensive end of the field. As I use some hockey terminology. Apologies to anyone not loving that. But now maybe a little bit of an attacking third chance here from Flower City. Turning, left foot, doesn't get all the way in. Flag came up on that touch from Almeida. So right on cue, Flower City was able to generate with Grover. Comes right along the edge of the 18-yard. Turns left foot, bouncing ball. When this touches Almeida, Flower City offsides. So a kick will come here from Nick Bertolini. We are playing in the 63rd minute. Stadium clock difficulties perhaps going on, if you catch that in your shot, but our clock maintains. Amir Spratt. Hearing conversations about so a free kick will come your way right here. Left foot driven toward the net, and Naito will just collect that and run away from Pena, who's just hanging around, just buzzing around the Flower City keeper. Love the intensity there. Rice coming away. Right foot to Almeida. Taps it, and this settles into a space with only black shirts as Hobson tries to barrel in. Rippey and Rice trying to put some pressure on. Sent out to Brown. Brown from the left wing. He's going to start things up that way. Puts a left foot. Spratt kind of by himself all the way in play, but we've seen him work against a couple guys a couple different times. This time he does not come away with it. Haran sends it back. Now Naito will get a chance to begin things here. The keeper drives one upfield for Rippey. Can Rippey win a race? Rippey, little shove with Jacob Schacht. Schacht will begin his collegiate career at Colgate. Not terribly far from these parts. The Tennessee native will begin coming this season. Haran, Grover, under pressure. Grover gets it all the way to the edge of the box. Rice trying to collect. Rice trying to do something creatively here. Rice against Pena. Pena hits the deck. And then a foul. No flag coming, no card coming, I should say, for Dylan Rice. But Pena does go down hard. I don't think there's a card coming here, but this is definitely a constructive conversation. Ref says play on. Free kick will come as Max Brown will walk out of your shot and Bertolini will come toward the ball here. Drives this one down the middle of the pitch. Spratt misses a header there as it's sent away by Flower City's Fitzgerald. Now a bouncing ball doesn't get all the way to Dodge. Grover tries to handle, but it's taken by Novak. End line touch, end line movement there. Left foot driven up and over and way out of play. This is back against the base of the scoreboard as Naito will get a chance here to start things up again as we play in the 67th minute. Still 2-0. Header from Almeida. Grover is going to collect. Brown working one-on-one against him. Grover drives this one up and over the net. A little too hot on that one. Almeida and Murphy both charging in from the center and the left side respectively. Rice not letting this develop slowly. Najjar back to Bertolini, who does finally get this out of there. Rippey and Murphy collide with each other. And a foul will give possession. See a little frustration from Flower City's Murphy on that decision. Perhaps just a result of what happened there, and this will be a possession to Ambassadors. Jacob Schacht, none the worse for wear, seems to be okay. So Nick Rippey has come on, made his presence felt early in this half, talking with the Flower City coaching staff. Coach Kapidzik was talking about the depth that Flower City has this year. My running theme has been sort of the stability of the roster and that familiarity, but it has also allowed them to add a couple of pieces. You see the addition and the speed and the talent of Murphy and just kind of created a deeper roster. Rippey's able to come in and add some speed and talent off the bench in this one. And it appears they're going to have a penalty on this one. Ball got into the box and then a shoving match ensued. Here's another look. Striding across and just a step across. And still down. That looked to be Nate Mueller. Apologies, sir. Pena coming to his feet there. So Pena, 83, not 23. And a PK from the spot here will be taken. And setting up to take it appears to be the recently entered Diego Pinto. Pinto 3 goals a season ago in the NPSL campaign for Ambassadors, and he adds his first of this season goal for Ambassadors FC. So that PK in the 70th minute extends the lead. 3-0 your score here. As Ambassadors FC have come into Rochester and pulled out ahead in this one to this point. Still 20-plus minutes, so nothing set in stone. This book I referenced before does not have a final chapter yet. There is more to come. But 3-0 is a big hole, so if you're Flower City, they're going to try to get up and at him right here. The immortal words of Rainier Wolfcastle, up and at them, fellas. Bamford. Long crossing pass finds Dodge. Dodge collects. The goal scorer, Pinto, from the PK, putting a little pressure on. Here's a touch from Nick Rippey. Takumi Haran tries to slide that one through. He can't. This gets sent back. Flower City, though, still with some possession along their backs. Murphy looking for a touch. Murphy inside. Turning. Murphy, a little bit of room. Murphy turning right foot to the net, off the crossbar. Bertolini knew that was dangerous. He went up and understood where he was. The ball then clangs. Find some iron or aluminum or whatever it's made of. Boom, there it is. Could sense Murphy's desire there. Wanted the possession, got the handle, put himself in a scoring position, albeit from some distance, but he very nearly cuts the deficit to 2. And we play on. Still 3-0. To the outside. This ball gets missed. Murphy put a little bit of pressure on from behind. I don't know if there was a heard the footsteps type thing going on there, but now throw-in will come from Flower City. Murph will leave it for Bamford. Bamford to Murphy, who sees this one just kind of skitter away. So Dodge will get the throw in here. Maybe looking for some distance. You see the Flower City pieces moving into the box. Dodge, a lot of air under that one. And this should be a corner. Officials are pointing the right way. If you were a Flower City supporter, of course. So Archie Murphy will get another chance here. First corner of the half for Flower City. Right foot whistle's coming, though. Too much pushing and shoving prior to the delivery of the ball. Officials' mannerisms basically asking, maybe telling, I don't know, everybody to just settle things down, just knock it off. Please let cooler heads prevail. Official and Bertolini and Adam Grover of Flower City all involved in that conversation. So let's do all that again. Good classic schoolyard do-over. Hands are up. Low line ball into the hands of Bertolini. He does collect it. Delivered dangerously, and then substitutions coming. Flower City, fresh troops on their way, 3 of them. Coach Sullivan.
Flower City Union, number 16, Ryan Brown. Number 21, Calvin Cron.
So, a number of changes coming here. Calvin Cron, Ryan Brown, and Josh Baraka all on the pitch. So, Coach Sullivan going for some fresh legs here in the 76th minute. 15 and whatever else we're going to get. 15 and change, but sometimes change can be a few bucks. Bouncing ball out of play. Murphy's going to kind of quickly come into that one. Murphy will give it to the entering Calvin Cron. Cron spending his fall days at Felician University now, previously of Damon. So I made the same mistake with my roster that our friendly neighborhood announcer made. Cunningham stepping onto the pitch wearing number 77. Whistle will give Flower City the ball. So more subs coming for Flower City. Andrew O'Neill looking to check in. Dylan Rice will head off. You hear claps for the longtime member of this team. He's been here since the NPSL run began. Ball delivered into the box, settled. Rippey takes a rip at it. Sprawling spot by Burley, and they score! Flower City cracks through, cuts the deficit. Dodge is quickly getting this ball to midfield. No time to waste. Here's a look at it. Long ball delivered. Touchdown, Rippey. Takes the shot, and then there's the finish. So Flower City on the board. The finish looked to come from the captain, Matt Bamford. I will wait for official word on that, but it looked like the last touch came from the cap. So we Play on ball heading toward Knights. Oh, he's going to take that out of the air. That was delivered by Schecht. Another chance brewing here for Flower City. Hobson delivers into the box. Skittered down by Cron. Delivered in, not headed. Murphy's ball got redirected. Sliding and sending it along was Murphy. Cron, Bamford up into the box. Almeida's there. He takes a shove. Headed by Hobson.
Union goal, the first of the season and 100th regular season goal in franchise history. Scored by number 6, Matt Bamford. Unassisted. Matt Bamford unassisted in the 68th minute.
So if you hear the voice from above, Dan delivering the good news, the captain does officially get credit for the goal, and that is the 100th goal in franchise history. And, you know, on the short list of guys who would be just poetic to score the 100th goal in the history of the franchise, the multi-year, long-time captain of the team, Matt Bamford. Great part of that story, and we play on. There's the captain right there delivering a header that's going to get the ball into his team's possession, but now a turnover results with Aspinall kind of back. Murphy with pressure. Murphy sends us into touch, but it's going to be off of his foot.
The ambassador is number 46, Isaac Rogenthien.
So Rogenthien is going to check in for and some friendly debating, or maybe not so friendly, going on at midfield as there's been some referee not delivering any cards. I think there's just some chirping going on here as it looks like Pena might be the player that's down. Isaac Rogenthien coming on to the pitch, entering here in the 82nd minute. So you heard some, I don't want to go something as trite as boo, but we'll go with that, from the crowd on the substitution. Flower City catching a little bit of momentum. Maybe this is Coach Dean just settling things down, and, you know, a little gamesmanship, perhaps. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but I am suggesting the crowd was thinking that was what was happening. I will stop implying things. Right here, we do see Pena struggling to the sideline. We hope that young man is okay. Fun to watch play, quick, very skilled. He seems to be coming off as Rogenthien will come on. So Rogenthien, Hiram College's own, onto the pitch. We are playing into nearing the end of the 83rd minute in a 2-goal game. Flower City down a pair. They've come on of late. This has been very much in this half even. Ambassador sort of controlling the pace of things. Since the trio of substitutions came on, some energy to Flower City. Coach Sullivan moving some pieces around, getting some fresh legs, and you saw that burst, and Flower City cracks through with the First goal of the game and 100th in franchise history as Flower City again looking to attack. Here's Cunningham. Delivers inside. Header not knocked down. Spratt looking to come away. Spratt gets around a Flower City defender. Spratt now loses the handle. That was very well played by Ryan Brown. Cunningham on the far side felt those fresh legs. Michael Cunningham spent time on the coaching staff for this team. Has gotten himself into a spot where he's rejoined the roster as a player. Feeling good and fresh legs coming on. Member of the 2023 NISA champs, Flower City's previous league, and just a fantastic run in those 23 playoffs. Cunningham was a part of that team, looking to bring some of that 2023 energy to this one. Almeida now trying to look some energy of his own toward goal, but this gets sent away. Pinto into space. Aforementioned Cunningham fighting. Now edge of the box. Dodge looking to collect for Flower City, and he does. Play on, says the official. Long ball over the top for Almeida. Gets sent away by Najjar. Skladani looks to turn. And now through the middle of the pitch. Rogenthien recently checked in. Rogenthien's last touch heads out of bounds. Pinto. Flower City looking to move with some speed here. Time is ticking away. 2-goal deficit, 4.5 till the 90-minute mark. Skladani, though, drives one up and way over and out of play. Naito quickly gets things started. Some space on the left edge. Down for O'Neal. O'Neal recently checked in. Slides one across for Rippey. Rippey lets this one get collected by Cunningham. Cunningham's going to put a foot into one. Up over the top. Murphy sees this one fall. Hobson for Murphy. Murphy, edge of the box. Murphy tries to send this one through. Tapped by Rogenthien for a Flower City corner. So Murphy quickly to the corner. Murphy will set up for a Flower City corner here. A lot of pieces moving. Low-lying delivery. The referee says no, none of that was going to continue as the foul puts a free kick into the hands of the keeper. Onto the foot of the keeper. A kick into the hands does not make sense. Caught myself on that one. Nick Bertolini will drive this one. Not a ton of air, but a lot of distance on that one. Here's Spratt, pair of goals already. Spratt getting in tight, gets it through Naito, but doesn't get it all the way to pay dirt. A lot of white shirts down there to clean up. Almeida, speaking of a white shirt, trying to slide this one ahead. He does. Gets it in, now inside. Shot from Cunningham, big save by Bertolini. So the side official pointed for a corner. The lead official is pointing at Bertolini. Here's a look at the last exchange as Ambassador is making another substitution. Here's the shot from Cunningham. Big stop. And this does probably go off the foot of Cunningham, so no complaints from your humble announcer up here. Matt Caputo now on to the pitch, checking in late in this second half, trying to help hold a 2-goal lead for his team. Caputo, a returner from last year's team, got some time near the end of the season. Young player, Mount Union freshman. Sent ahead by O'Neill. Now a foul back behind where O'Neill had gotten to. Will keep possession with Flower City. Murphy getting up. Murphy feeling a little bit, but so ball wide for Hobson. Hobson left foot. Bouncing ball into the box. Still loose. And driven high up into the air. Murphy trying to put himself into a space to deliver. O'Neill now trying to find some room. He and Cron get a little crossed up, but the ball does end up back with O'Neill. Out for Murphy. Murphy sends one into the box. Header not connected by Dodge. Dodge shoved down. Left foot spinning ball knocked away by Bertolini. Hobson's left foot has been dangerous. Chance right there. Few seconds from the 90-minute mark. And Ambassadors looking to make changes. Official says no. The corner will come first. Never mind. Official says corner will happen after. Jack Laktovic will step on. Laktovic maybe bringing some muscle. Had a college American tackle football career prior to his soccer days here as a member of Ambassadors. Jack Hobson, left foot. Ball is delivered, lobbing up over the box all the way across. I think there might have been an offsides buried in there. Laktovic, one of the recipients of last year's Ambassador Award, a character-driven award that is very prestigious in Ambassadors FC and their culture and their organization. Good leader coming on late, trying to help hold on to a lead here. Flower City, though, looking to get a couple here at the death. Naito sends this one high up into the air. Flower City have had their flashes of chances. Bertolini has stood tall. Spratt has cashed in on a couple of chances that he has had, and that unfortunate PK, unfortunate if you are Flower City, put in by Pinto. And there's a bicycle kick of a delivery just wide. Athletic stuff from Almeida. Here's a look. Off that first touch, ball was just hovering right there waiting for him, and he sent it on with that move. Playing on into the few minutes of stoppage time that we have. 5 minutes were awarded. We're in the third minute of that. Luka Dodge will throw one in here. For Flower City, you want to deliver right now. Find that goal. Almeida trying to just kind of let that one slide into a spot for him. Trying to work around Brown, and he can't. This gets put away. Here comes Flower City once again into the box. Bouncing ball is going to get to Bertolini. Flower City trying to do everything they can to get balls near the area. Unofficially playing up into the 94th minute. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Cunningham, far side from where I sit. Drives one. Crossfield looking for Murphy. Murphy heads one. This goes across the side of the field and then sent out of there. Everyone wearing a black shirt on their half of the field. A little bit of pressure from Pinto. Murphy, a little bit of space. Murphy taps one toward the net, and this will be a corner. Maybe some late heroics brewing here. Let us see. Jack Hobson will put a foot into one. No, he will not. He will give way for Cunningham. Cunningham, right foot, lobbing into the box. Header doesn't go toward frame. Up and over from Luka Dodge. Some shoving and then a show of respect there for Omar Najjar. Bertolini in no particular rush. Drives this one that's sent back by Cunningham. Almeida trying to work around Brown and Najjar. Almeida, a little bit of a faint move. Almeida still turning. Almeida still moving. Rippey sends one, headed away, and a corner. All of this pressure from Flower City has kept Ambassadors on their heels, but only so many have actually gotten on frame. Bertolini has stood tall when he's been tested. Cunningham will send this corner in. Cunningham lobbing toward the box, headed away. Sent out of that, looked to be Latkovic. And the official closes the book as I finish use of that metaphor. And the final here from the Rochester Community Sports Complex, Ambassadors FC 3, Flower City Union 1. Flower City drops the opener, the home opener, the Great Lakes Conference opener on this early season as the Great Lakes defending champs come out and drop this first one. Ambassadors come in, and again, that late goal in the first half, in the 46th minute, that turned into just a tone setter. Flower City had the bulk of the action, bulk of the possession, bulk of the attacking third time at the end of that first half. That late goal just sent a disappointed Flower City team into the locker room and really charged up Ambassadors. Spratt nets a second, and then a penalty kick in the 70th minute ends up with the third goal. Matt Bamford scores Flower City's first goal of the season, the 100th in the franchise's history. That was all Flower City will get on the board, as they can't beat Nick Bertolini but once. Bertolini, the Ambassador FC keeper, the unofficial Bill Smith player of the game, had a dynamite game, taking nothing away from Amir Spratt. They can share it. The unofficial trophy, they can split it in half. But those two guys and all of Ambassadors FC earned the first win of the year, and they win this one 3-1 here. Folks, the first game of the Great Lakes Conference is in the record books. Another book metaphor. I told you I was done, but I guess I wasn't. We got a long season ahead. Each of these teams, 11 games to go. Erie next up for Flower City right here in 2 weeks, and we'll have that one for you. And Ambassadors will host the other Rochester team 1 week from tonight at Malone University, their home field, as they take on RNY FC. Once again, your final score. Ambassadors FC out of Ohio, 3. Flower City Union, 1. And folks, I am Bill Smith. Kyle's pushing the buttons. He and I both thank you for watching tonight. Please enjoy yourselves. This is the NPSL.